Welcome to the Emergency Preparedness and Fire Safety virtual module. This module will cover several topics related to fire safety and emergency protocols in the residence halls. Before we begin this module, it is important to note that your safety is our number one priority. In the case of any emergency, only do what you are able and/or are comfortable doing. Under no circumstances should you deliberately place yourself in harm's way. In most situations, LUPD and the REC on call will need to be notified of the situation. Their numbers are listed on the screen. These should be placed into your cell phone to ensure you are equipped to inform officials of an emergency. As a reminder, incident reports will always need to be submitted for these situations. First, we will discuss instances of extreme weather. Most notable examples of extreme weather are tornadoes and hurricanes. The following safety tips are for your benefit during an instance of extreme weather. Stay away from windows. Put as many walls as possible between you and the tornado or hurricane. Go to the lowest floor of your building. Get under something sturdy and protect your head. If there is no safe shelter or you are outside, lie in a ditch with your hands over your head. Longwood University has an alert system known as E2 Campus that is used to notify students, faculty, and staff of any potential safety threat, including instances of extreme weather. In order to use E2 Campus, you must sign up. There is a link in the module section on Canvas where you can sign up for the E2 Campus safety alerts. Longwood University also has 6 sirens placed around main campus to alert students of a safety threat. If you hear the sirens or receive a notification from E2 Campus, seek shelter indoors immediately. When dealing with instances of extreme weather, student staff have the following responsibilities. If you hear about a tornado watch or warning, wait to hear information from an RCL supervisor. If a tornado has been identified, or you have been told to evacuate to safety areas, follow the lead of the police officers and find your way to the shelter area for your building. Notify other students as you are going to the site. Assist in crowd control and attempt to calm the crowd until the tornado has passed and an all clear has been given by LUPD. If any structural damage has occurred, evacuate the area as soon as the all clear is given. Ensure that no injuries have been sustained by any students and or guests, and make sure everyone has been accounted for. Contact LUPD, report injuries, and request medical personnel if needed. Notify your RCL supervisor or the REC on call if there are any damages or medical transports that have taken place. During instances of extreme weather, go to the severe weather shelter area in your community, designated by the severe weather shelter area sign shown on the screen. Next, we will discuss winter weather. Examples of winter weather are blizzards and ice storms. School closings due to these weather-related situations will also be addressed. During instances of winter weather, including school closings related to winter weather, RCL still operates all residence hall and apartment communities. Student staff members are expected to work their regular shifts during instances of winter weather and school closings. RCL staff members also may be required to work in other communities or in some capacity. Your RCL supervisor will communicate with you if this is necessary. As always, your safety is the number one priority for us. If for whatever reason you cannot get to work, contact your RCL supervisor. Our next section discusses fire safety. Regardless of a fire drill or the event of an actual fire, the protocols remain the same. Whenever the fire alarm sounds, there are certain items from the front desk that need to be retrieved. These items are the jump bag, fire binder, and fire sock. The fire binder contains an up-to-date roster of the community as well as the fire envelope. The envelope is information for emergency responders in regards to members of the community who would need help during a fire. The fire sock is to be placed on the door of the front desk to alert other staff that the fire binder has been retrieved. The jump bag has operational supplies that can help staff members once outside of the building. When the fire alarm sounds, student staff members have the following responsibilities. Check the front desk for the fire sock. If the fire sock is on the door, calmly exit the building, alerting other students to do so as well. If the fire sock is not on the door, go into the front desk, retrieve the jump bag and fire binder, place the fire sock on the front door, and exit the building while also alerting other students to do the same. Ensure that police officers are aware of any students who may have had difficulty exiting the building particularly those who use crutches and wheelchairs. Contact the REC on call. Work with staff members to get the building's residents to the designated assembly area. Attempt to account for all of your assigned residents. Assist the police and fire department in identifying students who are not in the assembly area and who may be in the building. Assist in crowd control and the managing of rumor control. A PDF version of the assembly area locations can be found in Canvas in the Emergency Preparedness and Fire Safety module. Next, we will discuss flooding. Flooding can be a major leak somewhere in the building, a leak in the basement of a building, or plumbing that is overflowing and causing significant amounts of standing water. During instances of a flood, student staff have the following responsibilities. Report to the scene to determine the presence of an actual flood. Call LUPD and the REC on call to report the situation. Work with the REC on call, LUPD, or other staff members to try to get all people or property out of harm's way if possible. Follow the directives from the REC on call to notify students and other staff members of the situation. If the flood affects living spaces, organize the staff to conduct periodic walkthroughs of the building to make sure students are safe and have a place to go. If the area is unsafe, work with the REC on call to determine appropriate actions. Collect information from students regarding personal property that may have been damaged. Next, we will discuss hospital transports for medical emergencies. These emergencies can be any number of different things that require medical attention, including, but not limited to, seizures, chest pains, fainting, or loss of consciousness. When a medical emergency requires a hospital transport, student staff have the following responsibilities. Contact LUPD to request an ambulance. Collect information for documentation purposes. This information is to be shared with LUPD, emergency responders, and used to complete your incident report. Contact the REC on call. If there is a body spill, secure the area and refer to related protocol. Consult with the student regarding other people that he or she may want to contact, including family members or a friend. Help calm residents and witnesses who were present during the incident. When medical emergencies require hospital transport, a few points of clarification need to be made. RCL staff are not permitted to ride with residents to the hospital in an ambulance. RCL staff are not permitted to transport residents to the hospital. Residents are allowed to refuse transportation. When this happens, RCL staff are not permitted to monitor residents throughout the night. Next, we will discuss building-wide power outages that can affect the safety of our communities. In the event of a building-wide power outage, student staff have the following responsibilities. Investigate for potential reasons for power loss if personal safety is not threatened by this action. Collect essential information for documentation purposes. Contact LUPD, who will contact maintenance to secure the issue. Contact the REC on call. If loss of power is prolonged, aid in any procedure that is necessary or that is asked of by the REC on call. Follow up with residents involved to make sure items that are not permitted, if any, have been removed from rooms. Next, we will discuss personal injury. Personal injury is when a student has injured themselves but might not want medical attention. An example of personal injury can be a fall, a twisted ankle, or any form of bodily injury. Regardless of the injury, RCL student staff still have to respond. When dealing with instances of personal injury, student staff have the following responsibilities. Gather identifying information from the student. Contact LUPD to report the injury and ask for assistance. Allow LUPD and the student involved to discuss the injury. LUPD will most likely offer medical assistance, and the student can refuse. If a student does not deny medical assistance and requests hospital transport, please follow the hospital transport protocol. Our next topic will be Title IX situations. During a Title IX situation, student staff have the following responsibilities. Collect information for documentation purposes. Follow the survivor's lead. Listen to them. Inform him or her that you will need to notify the REC on call to ask for assistance. Ensure that the student involved feels safe in his or her current surroundings. Encourage the student to contact LUPD to report the incident and to seek medical attention. Consult with the student regarding other people that he or she may want to contact about the incident, including a counselor or a friend. Immediately notify a professional staff member or the REC on call, even if the report is only assumed or a rumor. Contact LUPD to ask for police assistance. Contact the REC on call. As a side note for Title IX situations, a more in-depth training in Title IX will occur during FTLW with the Longwood University Clery and Title IX coordinator. In any instance of an emergency, it is our natural inclination to help. That being said, RCL does not train student staff to perform CPR or use an automatic external defibrillator, also known as an AED. If you feel comfortable performing CPR or using an AED, have the proper training to do so, and are acting outside of your role as an RA, you can utilize them under the applicable Good Samaritan law. Otherwise, please allow LUPD and or other emergency responders to use the AED or perform CPR. This is the end of the Emergency Preparedness and Fire Safety Virtual Module. Please review any other materials or assignments associated before proceeding to the next module.